Hey guys, my name is Josh. I'm a technician here at RV Land. Thank you for renting this RV from American Dream Vacations in Kyle, Texas, and I'm here to show you how to use it. We're going to have two 20-pound propane tanks on this RV. Green means that you have gas, red means you don't have any gas pressure at all. So the little beak, whichever way it's pointing, is the bottle you're using, and you just rotate it back and forth. If you're using this bottle, make sure this bottle's off and vice versa. Only turn the battery disconnect switch off if you are storing your RV and not going to be in it. If you're plugged into shore power, generator, or traveling with the RV, leave it in the on position at all times, especially if you're using it in any sort of fashion. This right here is going to be your gray water tank. So you're going to have one gray outlet right here. Just remember, when you're hooked up to the camp spot, your gray can stay open the entire time you're there, as long as you're hooked up. This is a Schwintek slide system on this RV. So make sure if we are using the slide system, running it in and out, it's all the way in or all the way out in one solid motion, and no sitting on the slide when it's in the in position. At the back of the RV, we're going to have another gray, which is from the bathroom, and then you're going to have a black tank right here. So always leave the black and grays isolated at all times. So if the gray's open, black's got to be closed. If the black's open, gray's got to be closed. So both ways. Gravity fill or fresh tank fill located up here. Stick your water hose in there and just turn the water on and wait till it squirts back out at you, and you know your tank's full. Inside there's a water pump with the flip of a switch that'll actually prime up your RV system, and you'll just get water just like you were hooked up at a campground. Furnace outlet. Anytime that you're using the propane furnace to stay warm when you're camping, just make sure you don't touch this because it can burn you. Water heater's located right here. This is a gas electric water heater. You need to wait about 30 to 45 minutes for hot water. If you're having a problem getting hot water off electric or gas, or especially both, come out here and just press both of these buttons right here that resets the board. City water connection. This is where you hook your water hose up when you are at the campground, just with a direct water hose. Make sure you use a water pressure regulator. This has nothing to do with y'all. This is your 30 amp RV service plug. Make sure that when you hook up to power that you spin this collar on to make sure you lock this plug in place so it does not move, especially if it gets windy or anything like that. Blue light is an indicator that you have power going to the RV. The ladder capacity is 250 pounds. If you do go to get up on the roof, please check your shoes and make sure that you don't see any type of rocks, anything that could potentially puncture the rubber membrane roof. Right here you have your outside shower hookup. So you're going to have your hot and cold, and then inside of the RV you're going to find a little bitty black hose that you quick connect and lock in to use. This is going to be the black tank flush. So anytime that you're dumping the black tank, if you want to, you can hook your water hose up here and it kind of flushes that black tank out. Just make sure that if you are using it, the black tank valve has to be open the entire time you're spraying inside of it, and you need to make sure that you do not walk away from it or close it or anything like that. You're going to have a gas stove top right here. Anytime that you want to use it, you just pull it out right here. You're going to find that there is a propane hose. Right here. And you'll just hook it up right there to that quick connect. Rotate that black valve forward and you'll have gas. This right here is going to be your Capri Sun fridge. Just remember that it will not start getting cold until you get plugged in to shore power. So when you get to where you're camping at. If you're taking knives with you while camping, this right here is to put your knives in so they don't dull themselves up by bouncing around in a cabinet or cut anything up or cut themselves. In order to light the stove, you just turn this over, hold this down, give it a click, and then once you let go after a few seconds, it'll stay lit. I'll show you what happens if you don't do that. So on this one, and then if you let go, it immediately goes out. This little brass piece right here has to sense heat, and which is called a thermocoupler, which is a safety device that allows the gas to keep flowing. So if we hold it down again, light it, hold it just for a few seconds, and let go, it stays lit. All three burners operate that way. You can press up to turn the lights on up top, or down to turn the oven light on. And then to light the oven, there's a thermocoupler on the bottom. So you just rotate the right knob, which is the oven knob, all the way over to the flame. Hold it down for a few seconds. And and then give it a few clicks, and eventually you will see a little blue flame start. And once you see that blue flame, you'll let it run for about 5 seconds. Same thing as the stove. Let go, and then rotate your oven temperature over to whatever you want to cook at. Up top, right here on each side, we're going to have USB, USB-C, 2 110 plugs on each side, and wireless chargers on top. Microwave located down here. Cool thing about the microwave, anytime that you are plugged into shore power and you're trying to do something that requires shore power and it's not working, or for instance, you just want to make sure you're plugged in, look at the microwave. If the microwave is on, chances are you're probably plugged in. This is a 12-volt refrigerator, so it'll start getting cold as soon as you hook up to, basically what that means to you is it'll be cold when you come to get it, or it'll be cold when it gets delivered to you, and it only needs battery power to operate. But you can drain the batteries with it, so make sure you get plugged in at some point in time. This AC, so when you start it, it'll be just like this. It'll tell you the interior temperature. You press it once. You can select cool, heat, cool and heat, or off. So we're going to select cool right now. You're going to have 4 fan modes. You're going to have high auto, high, and low. Do not ever run it in low or low auto if it's humid outside, because that's usually what causes freeze up. So I always recommend high auto only. Rotate your dial down, click it. Just like that, your air conditioner will kick on for you. This right here is your solar controller. All the parameters and everything has already been set in it, so please don't mess with it. And then this is the motherboard, so you're going to have your fridge. You can turn your fridge on and off here. You can light your gas side of the water heater here, electric side of the water heater here, water pump, tank heaters. This is the Schwintek slide system we talked about earlier. So make sure that when you're running it in, all the way in, out, all the way out, and do not sit on the couch if the slide is in. As far as the awning goes, when running the awning out, just make sure you're holding down extend. When you see the vinyl flap drop, that is the full extension of your awning. So make sure you don't run it out any further, and hold down retract to run it all the way in. Use your best judgment. If you think it's too windy for an awning, it is definitely too windy for an awning. And thank you guys. I'll see y'all next time.